Man, I would say right out the gate. My first album, I felt like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been an artist to put it out. Like, I don't put out stuff just to put out stuff. But my favorite projects to date are Lucy and Lucid Dreams. Lucy is so hard to me. Like, the beats are so fire. And I think like I had elevated in my writing. And then, I mean, like, this one just was like, whoo, you're out of here. Like, just because I didn't care. Like, I wasn't worried about a radio single or anything. I was just like, man, this sounds aesthetically pleasing. Like, it feels good. It's like all this, like, you don't have to skip a song. You know what I mean? Like, for me, there wasn't a song on the album where I was like, I wish I didn't. You know, I would say recording my last album, the whole thing was like super fun and chill for me because there was no pressure recording it. And one of my favorite producers to work with, his name is THX. He's hilarious. Like, he's worked with everyone from Snoop Dogg to Jay-Z. But him working in the studio was so unconventional. Like, he'll start a beat and you'll think like this is going to turn out terrible, and then it comes out amazing. So he's one of my favorite people to work with. Oh, and K Roosevelt. Me and Rose used to have the most hilarious times. And he's one of my favorite artists. Like, I love what he's done with his music. And when I was working with him, he wasn't really into singing, and he sang. I had him sing on one of my records, and I was like, "You need to be a singer. Like, you can do this." And then he started doing it. So I feel like, you know, I may have had something to do with his. I've been lucid dreaming since I was 9, and so there was this movement within the Black community calling each other kings and queens because, you know, people have called us other things, you know, over the years. And so when it was actually one of my producers, when I was talking to him about lucid dreaming, he called me the lucid dream queen, and it kind of just like stuck because I truly believe in like taking a hold of life. And once you become aware that this whole thing is a dream, then you can like change the dream and manifest what you want in your life. Man, going through stuff like literally forces you to grow, you know? And I went through a lot of stuff in the last 5 years. I mean, I've been through a lot of stuff my whole life, but like the last 4 or 5 years, it's like, that's where the growth, you know what I mean? That's where the growth happened. So I would say just everything from heartbreak to depression to anxiety to, you know, when you have now we have social media, we have more access to seeing all this traumatic stuff that's happening to people all the time. And either you become numb or you become very angry. And for me, like, I wasn't able to become numb. Like, I was very angry. So I think you could hear that in my music. Like, it's frustrating. Like, what can we do to stop this stuff that's happening in the world? So I think that's what inspired a lot of my writing. That's the only reason that I do it, because like, otherwise me putting myself out there, like, to get ridiculed and talked about is like, what, you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't helping other people, then I'd just stay quiet about everything that I go through. But the reason that I do speak up on a lot of stuff is because I know that somebody else is dealing with it. And it's important to like, not feel like you're alone, because sometimes you could feel like you're alone, which could cause you to go crazy, you know? So it's important for people to know, like, okay, well, she went through this, she got through it, you know, she's flourishing. Or maybe right now she's not flourishing, but she's still here. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's important for people to know. It can be important for many reasons. One, it could bring more awareness to your brand, or it could bring more awareness to their brand. Like for me, I think it's important to work with people that I think are dope that may not have necessarily had the recognition that they deserve. Because people tend to just go with like whoever is hot or on the radio. And there's so many other dope people out there. And then I think it's just important to, you know, showcase other people's creativities or people that I think it's dope when you can collaborate with someone you have admired. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I used to listen to you, or now I have a song with you, or I used to listen to your tracks. And that's like been the most fun for me.